I'm Xochitl Mora with the City of McAllen. Welcome to your McAllen Minutes. If you missed the McAllen City Commission meeting of January 9th, don't worry. Here's a brief recap of what was discussed. McAllen Mayor Javier Villalobos called the McAllen City Commission meeting to order, and after the Pledge of Allegiance, Mayor Pro Tem Joaquin J.J. Zamora gave the invocation. The meeting opened up with a proclamation for National Human Trafficking Awareness Month, read by District 6 Commissioner Pepe Cabeza de Vaca, who was joined by newly sworn-in Hidalgo County District Attorney Terry Palacios. Victims of human trafficking are men and women, adults and children, and all are denied basic human dignity and freedom. Victims can be abused in their own countries or find themselves far from home and vulnerable. Whether they are trapped in forced sexual or labor exploitation, human trafficking victims cannot walk away, but are held in service through force, threats, and fear, all too often suffering from horrible physical and sexual abuse. There is a coalition of law enforcement and service agencies in Hidalgo County working to end human trafficking, including the Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office and the Rio Grande Valley Anti-Human Trafficking Task Force, which is comprised of federal, state, regional, and local law enforcement agencies, prosecutors, victim service agencies, and social service providers. However, fighting of human trafficking is a shared responsibility, and all Hidalgo County residents are urged to join in the fight against human trafficking to raise awareness and eradicate this crime. Under the consent agenda, Commissioners approved a purchase contract to South Texas Communications to purchase 8 portable radios with accessories for the McAllen Fire Department for a total cost of $60,732.63. Commissioners accepted a donation of common areas in Aqualina in the Tres Lagos Phase 1 subdivision. The maintenance of the area will be the responsibility of the Tres Lagos Public Improvement District, and residents in the area will pay for the maintenance. Commissioners approved a budget amendment in the amount of $250,000 for a one-time additional payment to the Palm Valley Animal Shelter. Commissioners authorized a submission of a grant application to the Texas Department of Transportation through the fiscal year 2024 Selective Traffic Enforcement Program Comprehensive Grant, which provides overtime enforcement to reduce incidences of speeding, driving while intoxicated, failure to use occupant restraint systems, and intersection traffic control violations, as well as violating state and local cellular and texting devices ordinances. The grant request is $71,000 and, if approved, has a local match requirement of $17,750. The performance period is for October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. Commissioners also approved a submission of a grant application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency through the Solid Waste Infrastructure for Recycling Grant Program for political subdivisions, which provides resources to make improvements to local waste management systems. The grant request, in the amount of $4 million with no local match required, is to make improvements to and expand McAllen's recycling program. Commissioners authorized a submission of a grant application to the Texas Department of Transportation Selective Traffic Enforcement Program Fiscal Year 2024 Commercial Motor Vehicle Grant, which provides funding to the McAllen Police Department to provide overtime enforcement to reduce the incidences of commercial motor vehicle crashes, injuries, and fatalities, as well as increase public information and education on sharing the road with commercial vehicles. The grant request is $52,000 with a local match of $13,000. The performance period is from October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. Commissioners approved a co-op purchase contract to Box Gang Manufacturing of Houston, Texas for a purchase contract in the amount of $140,640 for commercial dumpsters and roll-offs through Sourcewell Cooperative Pricing. The approval also includes authorization for City Manager to approve future purchases for the remainder of the fiscal year. Commissioners approved a budget amendment for a co-op purchase contract through Buy Board to Chastang Enterprises, Inc. in the amount of $1,560,635.99 for 1 current year model side-loaded residential refuse collection truck and 3 current year model commercial front-load refuse trucks. Under bids and contracts, Commissioners approved an award of contract for concert stagehands for the McAllen Performing Arts Center to primary vendor Concert Arena Productions and to secondary vendor Lone Star Events, the 2 highest ranked firms for the specialized labor required for event productions. Commissioners approved an award of contract to Motorola Solutions, Inc. of Chicago, Illinois for a license plate recognition system in the amount of $4,440,192.38, which is being paid for by the Texas Anti-Gang Unit, housed at the RGV Tag Unit in McAllen and funded by the Texas Legislature. Under ordinances, Commissioners approved calling for a general election for City of McAllen District Commissioner positions 4, 5, and 6, and McAllen Public Utility Board of Trustee positions B and C. Early voting will begin on April 24th and continue through May 2nd, and will be held at Fireman's Pump House, Lark Community Center, and Palmview Community Center. Election date will be May 6th and will be at specific locations in all commission districts running from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Under the City Manager's report, Assistant City Manager and Emergency Operations Coordinator Mr. Jeff Johnston gave an update on the number of migrant asylum seekers being brought by Border Patrol to the Catholic Charities Respite Center and those at the temporary emergency shelter at Ansalduas Park. EOC Johnston updated the community on the changing numbers being received. While 4 weeks ago they processed only 423 individuals with a COVID positivity rate of 6.4%, the following week the number jumped to 1,982 with a 7.5% COVID positive rate. It dropped to 520 the following week with a 1.8% positive rate, and the last week stood at only 36 individuals with a 5.6% positive rate. The shelter at Ansalduas Park is operating under personal capacity, but is ready with tents and equipment to operate at capacity of 3,100. Title 42 has been extended until the Supreme Court can hear a plan on how to respond to the migrant surge, and the EOC team is in contact with federal officials on both sides of the border, ready to mobilize and respond as necessary if the expected surge of migrant asylum seekers comes across or if Title 42 does go away. Finally, Commissioners removed an item from the table to discuss and approve the final wording and size for a plaque to be placed at the McAllen Police Department Public Safety Building, which will honor the first Hispanic police chief in McAllen. We hope you enjoyed this recap of your McAllen City Commission meeting. Meetings are set for the second and fourth Monday of each month. We also air the entire meeting on the McAllen Cable Network Spectrum 1300 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. For the City of McAllen, I'm Xochitl Mora.